Hey everyone, Parkinson Shockwave here, and today I'll be doing a commentary matchup between Psyframe and Speedroid. This is something I actually wanted to do originally when they first came out in High Speed Riders, but we have a little couple issue when doing this video. With Speedroid getting more support throughout the year, and now finally Psyframe can actually have some support as well, I thought this is the best time to do a matchup with the updated support from Invasion of Vengeance. Going back to the matchup, as you can see, Xavier opened up with his ideal play, which is opened up with Terratop. This way he can actually special summon, and then through his effect, he searched for Yo-Yo instead of like Borg, just because he already had a copy of that in his hand. So he can actually use his normal summon to actually bring back the Borg or Terratop back from the grave when he's actually using the effect of his Exceed monster or go to his Exceed synchro play. But as you can see on the summon of the Terratop, I did play my Max C, so that's why he did went to the rank 3 Toner Burst, so he can actually try to negate certain effects that could really hurt me, because when it comes to side frames, you need to open up greatly, and you also need to have side frame circuit, the field card that actually helps you synchro summon on your turn when you first summon these side frames. It's a crucial part because you don't want to have like all your side frames keep getting banished due to their own effect at the end of the turn when summoned. So I was able to special summon my Psyframe Alpha. This is way, in response to my opponent's summon, I'm able to actually add a Psyframe card from my deck to my hand. So any Psyframe cards, the monsters, the traps, and even the field card that I actually search out for is a great way to actually search what you need and then set up for your next turn. So what you can see here that he's going to synchro summon into his level 6 Speedroid monster. This way he can attack over to my Alpha and actually do piercing damage. So from there he's going to end his turn, and then my Psyframe driver is going to get banished through the effect of the Alpha, which all the main deck Psyframe effect monster actually has when special summoned through their own effect. If they actually last until the end of the turn when they were summoned, they get banished, and the card that they brought out as well. So as you can see, I am going to play set down back row and a Psyframe field card, so that way I can actually set up my hand a little bit better with counteract any way that he has, as well as single summon on his turn as well. And then with the card Guardi, it's a great way to actually just play. I think it definitely is a staple to actually play card Guardi, because it adds more cards to your arsenal that possibly can help negate whatever your opponent is trying to do to get around your plays. So on my turn, I was playing Power Duality, get a Psyframe Beta. This is a battle fader kind of card that actually would destroy the monster that attacked and also end the battle phase. So that's why on Xavier's turn, he went to Meteor Burst, negating all monster effects while he's in his battle phase. But luckily enough, I did have the trap card Psyframe Overload. This way I can actually banish one Psyframe monster I control or one monster in my hand, so I can actually banish one card on the field and then banish it face down. So from there, he's going to go into his main phase 2 after attacking with Tone Bird and using my beta. He special summon his Terratop, allow him to special summon his Borg from this side of the field. This way he can use Borg's effect to tribute himself, special summon his Duke from his deck to the field. This way he can actually use Duke's graveyard effect when he actually feel like it's necessary. Duke's graveyard effect is basically banish it from the grave. You're able to special summon a Speedroid tuner from your grave. But now he's going to go to his Charge Warrior, try to draw a card, trying to find a way to get around my field. But unfortunately, he doesn't have any more plays for this turn, just because I did use Zeta's effect to banish it off the field for the time being until my next standby phase, so he doesn't end his turn by setting down a back row. But on my turn, the Zeta and the Charge Warrior comes back, but I'm going to use the Overload Trap Cards effect to actually banish it, so I don't have to worry about it coming back later on. So I'm trying to actually do some massive damage to him, because as of far, he did the 22 damage earlier, and when it comes to Psyframe, you got to be aggressive as much as possible, because you don't have the luxury to summon as much monsters as you want to. But unfortunately, he did have the Speedroid Manko to actually stop my attack and switch Zeta in defense position. So from here, there's nothing I can do but play Power Duality. And so from looking at this, I'm actually adding another copy of the multi-thread into my hand, so it will keep my monster protected from being destroyed by card effects. So there's not much I can do here. So on Xavier's turn, he's trying to find a way to actually get around my Zeta, because Zeta has the special ability where it can banish itself and a attack resistant special monster that he control off the field into my next standby phase. As you can see, Xavier does have the regret key, but he's not going to use it because he knows that my Zeta can just get out of the way by banish his Menko. Also, if I go to a Mega, that's going to be more worse, but right now he's trying to ways to actually save it for the right time. Now he's going to use his E-Telly to actually special summon his Gusto Pistola. This is a very old card, but more recent new support for Gustos in general. When it's no more with special summon, you're able to target one Wind Tuner from your side of the field in defensive position, but its effects is negated. If you activate its effect, you're able to special summon Wind monster for the rest of the turn, which is actually great because all the Speedroid monsters are Wind, and they kind of restrict you on special summoning Wind monsters for the rest of the turn anyway. So he special summoned his second copy of Dicey and then synchro summoned his Bacilla into the Speedroid puzzle. This is a new recent more support from the Speedroid from the last set or two, but I did have the warning to get rid of it. Now at this point right now, there's not really much he can do, so he's gonna end his turn. On my standby phase, the Zeta came back with the Menko, and from here I can I have a little more leeway to go more aggressive because of what I have in my hand. So I'm going to use the Overload's effect to banish the Dicey. And from there, I'm actually attacking with Zeta over his Menko. But since I'm still in my battle phase, I'm going to use the Telekinetic Power Well. This is a very old school card. This is a quick play spell card that allows me to special summon as much psychic monster level 2 or lower from my graveyard to my side of the field. But I take 300 damage for each of those levels that I special summon. So I did special summon, what was it, 6? So I'm gonna get 1800 worth of damage right there, and it's basically like a mini rekilling for Psychic, so a great way to go aggressive. Alright, now we're in game 2, and as you can see, Xavier pulled out great with his opening hand. Terratop into the Torenborg, into the Dicey, and now into the Clear Wing, and now he's gonna special summon his Resonator to get into the Crystal Wing Dragon. Great way to stop any of my Psyframe to special summon himself and negating any of his effects. So he activated his Foolish Burial. In response, I am activating my Psyframe Delta. This is one that actually try to negate spell cards. This way I can try and lure him to activating his Crystal Wings effect. In response, I can activate my Gamma in my hand to negate his monster effect and destroy it. But unfortunately, he was not able to fall for my bait, so he allowed me to negate his spell card and then allowed me to special summon my Delta from my hand. From here, he's contemplating what to do from its point, because he doesn't have to worry about me negating of his any of those effect, because the one flaw about the Psyframe is that you must control no monster in order to activate the Psyframe monster from your hand. So from his turn, he's going to continue with normal summon his Yo-Yo, special summon his Dicey, use Dicey's effect to change his level so he can get a level 7 play, and this way he can go into his second copy of Clear Wing. Now he's going to play the spell card that acts like a Monster Reborn for the Speedroid, so he can get his second copy of the Crystal Wing on board. And this much, I'm pretty much screwed because I do not have ways to get around it. I do not play Regeki in this deck, so pretty much got game from this point. Now game 3, I'm going to open up my Curry Band play. I was hoping to get something great to add to my hand, as well as filling my graveyard with potential monsters I can use with Power Well or Multi-Threader, but it did look pretty good as so far. But right now I don't have Psyframe Circus, like I mentioned before. It's a key essential to have it on your first turn so you can place it and synchro summon on your opponent's turn. But he does have the Terratop play again, but unfortunately I have no way to respond to it in any way. No Alpha, no Gamma, so at this point right now he can do anything as he's pleased. But now he's gonna special summon into his Borg now and tribute to get into Dicey. Dicey is a real key essential if you want to go into your higher synchro plays, but it also restricts you to only special summon Wind type monsters, and that's why a lot of Speedroid decks relies on the Clear Wing and the Crystal Wing play, because they're just Wind dragons. From there, he's gonna Foolish Burial and get out his Duke to the grave, use his effects to special summon again the Dicey, and now again he's gonna get that Crystal Wing, because that is really the real weakness against my deck, because since my deck, it's mostly the game style is being passive, there's no way to actually respond to some effects if you don't have the right cards in your hand. So at this point right now, I'm gonna use the beta in my hands to actually stop the attack, but he did use his effect to negate it, so unfortunately there's not much I can do, and this is pretty much the game. Guys, if you guys like this video and you want to see more, please like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to see a deck from both these decks, please leave a like down below. This is Project Shockwave, signing out.